Welcome back to Tarajia Show. It is my sincere hope that you guys are doing well and you're still directing your efforts and your energies towards your goals, and you're still on the driving seat directing your goal. And if you haven't set your goals at this point, I think it is important that you do so soon as possible so that time can be on your side. I know January is halfway gone. I know most of us are happy. It's believed to be one of the toughest months, and if it was possible for anyone to skip this month, I think most of us would make such an application. But anyway, we have to go through it and thrive. So today I want to talk about a concept that I came across the other day, and it is working in my life. I've tried it in a few areas in my life and it seems to be working. And I've seen major corporations and enterprises in the world practicing this concept. So I want to share it with you, and I hope if you apply it in your life, it will give you, good results. So the concept is crisis anticipation. Crisis anticipation is simply thinking ahead and identifying challenges or setbacks that you're likely to face, and putting in place or putting precautionary measure to mitigate the impact of the challenge or the setback. It is simply preparing for disappointment in advance. They say disappointment don't require our invitation. They just come. I don't know how they locate where we are, but they just come without even knocking. Even setbacks, same thing. Problems don't require our invitation. They just come. So however perfect you plan, however good you are, you're likely to face disappointment. So preparing mentally when they come, it's a good thing. As they say, forewarned, forearmed. So the good thing about preparing in advance mentally, you'll not be caught by surprise. It's not a shock. Nobody likes failure, nobody likes disappointment, but they will come anyway. Especially if your goal is bigger and if you're trying to get out of your comfort zone, definitely you are going to face serious obstacles, serious challenges. But if you know they're coming, you're better off. You'll not be surprised by them. And it's even much better if you have a plan to respond to them when they come. They say the way you handle challenges, the way you handle obstacles or setbacks determines how you come out of that situation. You come out of the situation as a victor or a victim. So it depends. It really matters how you handle setbacks and challenges when they come, because they define you. They define you at the end of the day. So it is important what to do when challenges come. However, even when you prepare, even with a plan in place, it is sometimes difficult to know when the setback or the disappointment will come. Even the form, you may not even know the form they will come in. So the point is not so much having a response plan. The point is preparing mentally and knowing you're likely to face setbacks, challenges, problems in the course of your endeavors. In a crisis, normally what happens, emotions are very strong and they hijack your reasoning. So the first thing that comes in your mind, you just act. So it's simply reacting. So to avoid such a scenario, that is why I'm encouraging you guys to have a plan in place. The point is knowing that you will face disappointments at some point. You are mentally prepared, and you will not act emotionally when such an obstacle or a challenge comes. Life, as they say, it's a journey. So if, for example, you're traveling from Nairobi to Mombasa, and you're driving a car, it's, you should anticipate the challenges that you're likely to face along the way. For example, you may have a puncture, so it's good to have a spare wheel in your car. So my message is disappointment obstacles, setbacks trigger negativity, and how you respond, how effectively you respond to them matters what you become after the challenge. So promise yourself, irrespective of the challenges that you're likely to face, you will never give up on your goal. And so it is important to think ahead and anticipate those challenges, those setbacks. And as my Kokami said, those who do not think about the future cannot have one. Here are a few things that maybe you could look at. For example, if you lost your job today, what would you do? What would be your first thought? Would you apply for another job? Would you start a business? And whatever, have at least a thought in your mind on how you would respond. For example, if you're in business, anything can happen. Your major customer can walk away. What would you do? Government could change their policy. What would you do? I remember in business school, we used to do something we call SWOT analysis. The last T stands for threats. So it is important as a business person to even identify the threats that you're likely to face in course of doing business, and put a response place so that they don't derail your plans as a business person. Another thing, I've seen cases in the media where people, after a crisis, they either suffer depression, or worst case, they even attack other people. So for example, if your girlfriend or your boyfriend left you, how would you respond? Or your spouse? It is important, as I'm saying, to have a plan in place, because what has been happening, I've seen those cases in the media where people are attacking others, killing each other, just because you've been left. It's not a good thing. So if you had a plan in place, you had even mentally thought of, if my spouse, girlfriend or boyfriend left me, what I would do. You not even react on the first thing that comes, because we say in a crisis you're unable to think straight. What happens is that emotions are so strong and they're produced instantly, so you act on emotions, and the first thing that comes to your mind, like if it is killing the person who has left you, you just do that. So with having mentally prepared, having a thought of how you'd respond if such a scenario came to your life, it's a good thing. And when it happens, you'll not be surprised. You just pull that thought and maybe act. So you'll not be caught by surprise, you'll not be caught off guard. So it's good to reason out, think out all the scenarios, as many as possible in your life, and put a plan in place on how you'd respond. For example, if you faced a financial crisis, how would you live? How would you live? How would you respond to such a scenario? It happens. And as we said earlier, that these things don't tell us when they are coming. They don't knock on our doors. And they don't even ask us whether they should come in or not. They just come and find us where we are. So it is important that you be prepared for such circumstances. So to sum up this, point number 1, mentally prepare in advance for disappointment and setbacks. So point number 2, if you're in business or in a job, it's good to take financial precautions. Save money just in case for the rainy days, as they say. So in case of such a scenario happens, it's good to have what they call in business or in life financial planning, emergency fund. Have 3 to 6 months of savings that can help you survive for the next 3 to 6 months. So another thing, be good in whatever, be the best in whatever you do. The reason I'm saying this, if you lose a job, if you're very good at what you do, actually nobody wants you to lose. Nobody wants to fire you, because they want to keep you because you're doing the best. So be the best in whatever you do. In case even you lose a job, getting another one, it's very easy if you're very good at what you do. So educate yourself, make yourself better, improve. And another point is like our page. Just kidding, but please like our page, smash that like button and hit the notification bell so that you get to know when we have a new video in place. And the last point is live within your income. The reason I'm saying this, when a crisis happens, for example, financial or business crisis, what happens if you have debts? The situation is really tough. So if you've saved some money, it eases the situation and helps you quickly recover. So it is important to live within your incomes. Don't live within your income. Don't borrow so much. Actually, if it is possible, don't borrow if it is not for investments. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. Subscribe, like our page, and all the best in whatever you do. I do believe if you believe, you're going to achieve all the goals, or at least 99% of the goals that you have set for this year, you're going to achieve them. All the best.